Play action. It's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. To try again after the sack. Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time. And the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On first down, Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Wentz. Complete to Hilton. Touchdown, Colts! T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jalen Waddle with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point put through by Succop. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Wentz now on first down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. This is Hines. Oh, able to avoid him. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got Granson, his tight end. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Shotgun now for Wentz. Campbell making the catch. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Moves to 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
On the give, this is Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. Well, now how about this return? And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Now a first down throw. Fields. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Back to throw, Fields. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try now for Succop. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Wentz. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And this throw will be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the 1st down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
There, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
And here we go on 4th down. Fields looking downfield for Godwin. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Mack. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Blankenship's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was a nice one.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit... And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Personal foul. Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Off-play action, Fields. Sliding up, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The rookie from Michigan, Kwity Paye, paying first-year dividends with a takedown there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right, and that is incomplete. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with the football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down.
Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like, it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the... And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit...
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Going deep this time for Miller. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
On 4th down, Fields. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Throwing on first is Wentz. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Rodrigo Blankenship on the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start our tour right here in the Sunshine State, Carolina, making the trip down to take on Miami. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. The Panthers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Jared Goff, leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Colts to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Wentz now on first down. Catch made here by Campbell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run it. It's Mack. They juked him. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now a run with Mack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
Now it's Fields. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Julian Blackmon in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now. To throw is Fields. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Giovanni Bernard. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Carson Wentz and the Colt offense ready to go back to work. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it. But the tide definitely seems to be turning in this 3rd quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
And he he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Succop, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's Mack to get it again on second down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
On the ground, it's Mack. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And that's how you start a drive because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. This is Miller, complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Fields now to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs Eagles add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Succop for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Incomplete.
Wentz's pass, thrown away and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got a man complete to Miller. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Here's Fields. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Steps away to his left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Justin Fields taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And they open the lead up now to 25. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the pass. He's checking.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. On fourth down, Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Pass interference. Defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So now, just like that, things changed dramatically. It's first and goal. Now Wentz. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. And this is incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Shotgun now for Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Mixon picks it, and the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
53 is the mic. Go, go, go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, it's Wentz. He finds his man, complete. That's Doyle. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Wentz. This is caught by Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kenny Moore. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points